Welcome back to another episode of Customize Any Ride. It's your boy, Money Rich, the real Swervo. And I have my brother with me, D Relly Rails. What's up, Relly Rail?
What's going on? What's happening, Money Rich? Man, it's just another blessed day to be here and to be able to be on Customize Any Ride.
I know that's right, man. I feel the same way you do, brother. And we
Yes,
have a
sir.
special guest in the building. You know what I'm saying? He's a street racer, he's a track racer, he got a bad, you know what, Mustang, you know what I'm saying? It's the one and only man, Boosted
What's going
931.
on, man?
What's going on, bro?
What's going on, guys? Welcome to this awesome live stream.
That's what's
Yeah,
up,
man.
bro.
Ready
So,
to talk some cars with you guys.
Absolutely.
sure.
I love that.
We got Silverback in the house. Looks like. What's up, Silverback?
Yeah,
Put
man.
that
Big
thumbs
time
up,
salute.
everybody. For sure.
Yeah, man. Big time salute.
So why don't you tell Carnation a little bit about yourself, Booster?
Well, I am a military veteran. I did 10 years in the Army, active duty, 101st, 10th
Okay.
Mountain, 25th ID. I've been all over the place. I did my time, got a little something, got out, and been out now, work at General Motors and work on cars, play with my buddies. We race and have a good time. We're all about the racing and the car scene. So I have a good time with it, man. That's what I do. I fish and I race. That's about all I do.
Nothing
Hang out
wrong with that. But hey, real quick though, you said something to me. You said I work at General Motors, right?
Yeah.
So now we may have to have a conversation offline because I should have something trickling down through General Motors, but I'm hearing stuff left and right, and I don't know what the heck going on. You know what I mean? So maybe later on you can give me some insight onto what I can believe and what I can't believe. So we'll talk about that offline, though, brother.
That'll work. What's up, my guy L Boogie in the house down there? L Boogie 79, fellow Tennessee. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, salute L Boogie in the building, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So, man, Booster.
Yeah.
Man, I want to know something, man. How did you get your name, man?
How did I get my name? Well, I got the name boosted by every single vehicle that I own had a turbo. My diesel truck has a turbo. I had a turbo Camaro LS. I had the twin turbo GTR, and my Mustang's turbo. So like every vehicle I own was turbo, and there's like everybody started calling me Boosted. So I'm not Boosted off Street Outlaws. I got the 931 because that's the area code. So I got Boosted 931, man.
That's what's up. So how many vehicles? How many vehicles do you own currently?
I have a GTR, Coyote Turbo Mustang. I have a Honda Civic, which is a piece of junk. Don't think that's too. It's a daily driver, man. That's actually what I drive every day, so I try to stay home. Got my diesel truck, and I got a Ford Ranger that's blown up. My grandpa passed down to me when he died, and I'm saving it to do something special, and either a 2JZ swap, LS swap, something like that.
Hey, I'm gonna look forward to that bill, man.
Yep. And then my wife has a 2017 Mustang GT full bolt on.
Oh, okay.
And that's it.
Hey, that sounds like enough to me.
Yeah, I have a good time, man. I got something I can pick out if I want to go to the street or go to the track or whatever.
Absolutely.
Have a good time with it.
Yes, sir.
So I have a question, man. Since you are a race car guy, well, first of all, I want to know: do you service and build your own cars? Do you do all the maintenance to your cars?
I do no building on any motor whatsoever. Period.
I feel you.
I have done like turbo stuff, injectors, intake manifolds, axles, minor basic stuff that average people can do. And I'm pretty good at setting up suspension. When it comes to the racing side, I've been known to be really good at setting up suspension to make a car work on any surface. I like doing that. So, tuning the car up and turning it down to meet the track surface as well.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what I do, man.
So, automatic, manual.
No question, automatic.
Hey,
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and say this: fun factor, manual. Winning races, automatic.
Absolutely. Because you can't shift faster than that automatic can shift.
No, and here's what I tell people: like if you want to be in between, you'll get what I got in my Mustang, which is a turbo 400 manual valve body. So it's automatic that you got to shift first, second, third.
Ah, okay, makes sense. Yeah.
And you can't miss a shift. It's straight down. It's got lockouts.
Oh man, that's an easy day right there.
Oh yeah, that's great. I'm telling you, I love a 400. I wish I kind of would have put a glide in it, but 400 is more streetable in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just an opinion. That's another thing people will argue and debate all day long. Power glider 400. What's up? You can't handle the truth. How you on?
So, I got another one for you.
Go ahead.
Track or the streets? You rather do it on the track, or you want to be in the streets with it?
Oh man, that's tough, dude. I can't answer that. That's they both have their positives, and I'm gonna say this: if it's the street, it has to be on a closed street. I'm not a fan at all of anybody being around anybody, because I actually, if you follow my channel, I lost a friend recently street racing, and kind of hit our racing community down here pretty hard. So he had a wife and kids and all that good stuff. So there for a minute, we all didn't even go to the street. We're like, we're just gonna go on the track. Yeah. But I like the street if it's the right setting. We'll say that we got a spot down here we go to that is a public. Well, I say public. It's a private owned farm out in the middle of nowhere, and it's a mile long. We'll just say that. So you can,
man. Jeez, man.
It is invite only. If you're caught out there and you're not supposed to be there, the cops will be called on you. Like it's that they actually sanctionize and organize races there, like cash days and stuff like that. It's legit. I have seen better times out there on that no prep surface by cars when they go to a prep track, and it don't make sense.
Hey man, that's crazy, man. Condolences to the car community out that way, man. Sorry to hear about that, man. We, whenever we hear anything about, something tragic like that happening, man, it always kind of hits everybody and makes everybody step back for a moment.
Well, you guys know for a minute, I was getting ready to get out of racing. After that happened with him, and I personally witnessed 4 of my other friends, because I have a huge group of people I run around with, and 4 of them had really bad wrecks last year. And one of them, we thought when his car, he hit the wall, it rolled over and flipped on the roof and skid 600 feet on the roof. When it came to a stop, it engulfed in flames, and luckily he crawled out of there before the whole thing exploded. So
man,
it was on fire when he got out of the car. So it made us all sit back for a minute, but it's part of racing.
Yeah.
It happens, and I've kind of got back into it a little bit now.
Gotcha.
But with this move I got going on, I haven't been able to do nothing, and probably won't be able to do any racing until about mid-August.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So let's talk about the event that you got coming up that you were telling us about. Why don't you tell everybody in the podcast about your event that you got coming up?
All right, guys. So September 24th and 25th, there will be the first ever no prep race down here at Etheridge Motorsports Park in Etheridge, Tennessee. And you might want to come if you got a fast car. There's going to be a lot of big name people there, including Malcolm Story and the guys from Fastest Cars in the Dirty South, which if you hadn't followed that show, go check out my guys on Fastest Car Dirty South. Really good people, really genuine people if you ever meet them in real life. So, yeah, go check that out. And if you can make that race September 24th and 25th, be there.
Hey, y'all heard the man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that y'all lock in. If you're in the area, if you're not in the area, man, they got planes, trains, and automobiles for you to get there. You know what I'm saying?
My guy down here, Sublime GT500, is also helping host that event. Him, Car Mob, and Hoosier Tire. I'm good friends with Hoosier rep, Brandon.
The Sublime GT, man. He's good dude, man. Yeah, always in the lives and supporting everybody, man. It's a big man.
So when you say no prep, why don't you tell everybody what you mean by when you say no prep?
When I say this is going to be no prep, they're going to actually, if you scrape the track, it's not always a good thing, because sometimes when you scrape a track, it'll get stickier. I know it don't make sense, but I've personally seen it with my own eyes. So when I say no prep, it's going to be probably a week of nothing being on it. They're going to brush it off, and they got something they're going to put on it, and it's going to It's going to be no prep. Let's just say that. It's
And
going
so
to be no prep.
what are just to piggyback on what Rich is saying right there for the people in the chat, is there advantage or is it disadvantage when you talk about no prep?
This is why I like no prep over prep. You take a car like I got with my gray car, which is well over 1,000 wheel horsepower, and a car like my GTR pulls up to a no prep event. There is now an equalizer in this race. So if the guy with the GTR, Honda Civic, whatever, you just put it in there, whatever you want to. He may not have the budget that guy has that has XXX horsepower. So no prep is the equalizer. You may have all the horsepower in the world, but if you don't put it down, you're going to get gapped by a much slower car. And that's one reason I do like no prep, because it is an equalizer. And to me also, it shows a guy how much he knows his car. Can you set your car up to run no prep and prep? Can you do it on every surface? Because to me, that shows you know your car. You know how to tune your suspension. You know how to tune your car up or down, whatever you got to do. And that's one reason I like that, because, I raced the Radial Fest series in Huntsville, Alabama. They do a spring and fall. And that's the prep event. That's my favorite. Some really fast cars in that event, man. There's some 4-second cars, 3-second cars, you name it. There's some bad cars in that. Yeah, if you watch my YouTube channel, I usually go live during that, or I'll make a video on it.
Gotcha, man.
I watch Shane that.
I'm most definitely going to your channel last couple of days, man. You have a lot of fast cars. I see toward the beginning you was more of a Ford guy, but I see now you're getting more well-rounded.
I like anything that's fast.
You know what I'm saying?
I have seen a high 8-second Honda Civic with my own eyes. He's my buddy.
Jeez, man.
Like Clay Bryant brothers, they have a high 8-second Honda Civic.
Man, wow. Rich, that's what I was about to say, brother. Like, come on now.
that's why I said. Now, how do you hate on it?
Yeah, you can't.
I'd be scared to drive something like that, bro. I ain't going.
Oh, he drives it. He's more of an import guy, but he just had a CTSV, but now he's got the Honda still, and he just recently got him a GTR.
Gotcha.
But I'd say I can't pick one. They both have their advantages, man.
So if you had to pick a car like right now, what car would it be? It can't be your car now. It gotta be a different car. What car would you pick? What car would you like to, put money into, invest, and drive?
So I can't pick a GTR because that's been my dream car, and I got that. So if you're saying I can't pick between a Mustang and a GTR, you're gonna laugh at me and be like, "This guy's crazy." But growing up, I always loved Chevelles, Skylines, Supras. Those three were like my top, man.
Gotcha.
So,
hey man, I ain't gonna laugh at you about them, man. Those are good cars. That's that Chevelle you talking about. That Chevelle.
Personally, I'm gonna say a '69 Chevelle.
Hey, I rock with you on that one.
I would put a 632 big block in it with a big YM blower.
Good grief, man.
That's what I do. Did you ever see the Nova that I built on the channel?
I don't think I got a chance to see that one.
It was an all original 71 Nova. Had original interior, original everything. Well, I put a cow hood on it, aftermarket wheels, repainted the whole car, fixed up the interior. Man, if you go on the channel, if you scroll down a little ways, you'll see that Nova on there. It was beautiful.
But that's I like Novas, man. That's why I like the one that Audio Cat has, man. That he called Novocaine. You know what I mean? That one.
I'll show you a picture real quick.
That joint is crazy, man.
So this was it. It was the all. Keep in mind, it still had the original 350.
Oh man,
I built that.
Bro, that's a show car.
It's still, the dude still shows it now. I'll show you. I got a before and after. Here.
That's a pure
show car.
That's the
before and after.
Still look good.
Oh man, yeah. Either way, but that hood do something to it though.
The top one, the pictures don't do it justice. It was really rough. I had these two at the same exact time though. That was a '69 C10.
Ooh, C10.
And the C10 had a 468 with a big block, the 468 big block with a big cam, a Holley EFI. You know, it was built, but the Nova was just all original. There's
Look
that
at
Nova,
man. Jeez,
wow,
man, and the wheels like I
got
love.
so much hate on them wheels, and I'm like, some
man.
people have no taste, man. Like to me, that right there just.
To me, that was always the. I like how they've taken like the Cragar wheel over the years and modified it, you know what I'm saying, and brought it along with time. Because to me, that was the only wheel that sat right on those cars like that. I.e. the Chevelle. Say again?
I was saying hey to Zay, but
Mr. Chicken, Mr. AKA Ooh Wee is in the building.
Did you ever see my my first drag car that I built?
Which one was that one?
That was my Fox.
Oh yeah. I seen that one on there. Yeah, man. Yeah. Whenever you put the chute on the back, I gotta respect it. Now, I thought about just putting the chute on the back of a car and rolling up to the track just to scare some people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
with no horsepower.
Man, I didn't.
They be scared to see some slicks.
Yeah.
You know why I put a chute on my car? Because when you start going, let's say over 130 mile an hour in the 8th mile.
You got to
stop. Brakes on the. Not all tracks have a short shutdown or a long shutdown. Let's just say that. So I got smart. I said I got to put a chute on this thing.
Yeah, maybe it'll burn through a pad of brakes on one run. You know what I mean?
Hey, because around here, all we have is 8th mile tracks around here. I got to travel 3 hours to Memphis or 2.5 hours north of Bowling Green just to have a 1/4 mile track. But I have an 8 mile track, not even 2 miles, 3 miles from my house.
Oh, okay. Got you.
So, Boost, how did you get into cars in the first place?
I'm the only person in my entire family that's into cars. You want me to tell you what got me hooked on cars? This is another thing you're gonna laugh about. Way back in the day when Boosted was a little young feller, well, I had this old piece of junk, dude. I had a 91 Cavalier 4-door car, old piece of junk, man. But I grew up with nothing, bro. I grew up pretty much poor. I'll just tell you that. I didn't have nothing. And I said, well, I had this old junky car, and I had this girlfriend at this time, and her ex-boyfriend's daddy bought him a nice new car. And I was like, well, that must be nice. Well, they found us. He pulled up beside us in town one night, tried to race. He was revving up and shit. I was like, screw it. I'm going to race him anyway. I don't care. Man, he put the biggest gap on me. Man, so I said that right there. If that right there never would have happened, I probably never been in cars, because that drove me to go like work more overtime, keep working overtime, finally saving up, then I bought me a Mustang, fixed it up, found him back, busted his ass. Love that, man.
Yeah.
And then I just kept going with it, man. But I'm like literally the only one in my entire family that's into cars. Like I can go home and when I told my dad I got a GTR, he's like, what's that? He only likes BMWs.
Oh, okay.
So like, what's that? I was like, it's a GTR. He's like, it's a Nissan. I'm like, yeah, it's a Nissan.
It's the top of the cream of the crop on Nissan.
He's like, that don't look like a Nissan. I said, well, it's kind of in between supercar, Nissan, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love them. My buddy Car Mob just bought one too. He came down here. I let him drive mine.
Man,
I told him, I said, don't drive this car. I said, and you drive it, and I'll tell you guys the same thing. Don't drive one.
It's over with, huh?
It's over.
Right.
It's over.
Yeah.
So what was the car that you end up? Was it the GTR that you end up getting the bus dude up?
No. I recently bought that GTR about a year ago. I got that first thing. Okay. This was probably back in 02, 01 maybe. Maybe even, probably about 01, 02, somewhere around there. I can't remember exactly when, but I had got me old Fox body Mustang.
Hey, salute to the Fox body.
Knew what I was doing with it a little bit, tinkering with it, because I was working at AutoZone back then. I was still in high school, man. So working all the overtime I could just get car parts, bro.
Hey, that's how we do it, though. You know what I mean?
Hey, I got my son hooked on cars now. He's He loves cars too. So I think we got a new addition in our family going to come up be racing cars. I'm probably going to end up getting him this Ranger. With my intent with this Ranger is I'm either going to LS swap it or 2JZ swap it. So,
he can be ready out the gate.
Yeah, that's going to be his. I'm going to pass it on down to him. I've been his great-great-grandfather's.
Oh, wow, yeah. A lot of value in that outside of monetary value, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. I'm going to do something cool with it. He likes Supers, though. He likes Supers and GTRs just like I did.
So is it the new Supra or the old Supra?
Old Supra. Oh, okay. Just check. I'm all day long. 94 to 98, brother.
Yes,
all
sir.
Day long. I'm going to tell you, 94 to 98 was Japan's year. You know, they had the VR4 3000 GT, too.
Yep. That's the, you know, when you used to see around that year, because they had the Eclipse, too.
Yeah, the DSX and GSX.
Yeah, man, crazy.
And hey, I've seen some of them DSM cars getting down.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've seen some of them like the Evos. Even Evos got a 4G63. They're bad.
Oh yeah, big time. L Boogie had mentioned that in the chat not too long ago about the Evo. You know,
the Evo 8s, was it?
Yeah, I think he was talking about something like that.
He was. I couldn't say word for word, but I know he's on the Evo though.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question now. What is your favorite? If you could pick any car right now, what would you pick?
Who's that, me or Rich?
Both of you.
Go ahead, Rich.
If I could pick a car, I mean, for what? For show, the race, or what?
Just one car to do whatever you're gonna do with it.
Man, if I had to pick a car to do whatever I wanted to do with everything, I would probably be a Ferrari Spider.
Okay.
Can't hate on that.
Now, myself, like, I want to get a 1962 Lincoln with suicide doors on it. Ever since I seen the movie Dead Presidents, and when they got out in that car, man, it's presidential. Now, what I want to do to it, right, is I want to be able to drop, maybe find like can I get like a 12-inch lip on the rear wheels back there, man? If I got to tub it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just so it sits so back, because you know it got the skirts. You mean? So I want that wheel sitting way back there like that, man. And
sexy on a muscle car than that big deep dish lip on the back, man. God, so good, man.
And to wrap it up, I want it to be hard top, drop top.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's it. I'm good. I don't need nothing else.
Dude, that Nova I built, let me tell you, I didn't want to tub the rear end. I looked and looked, man. And I finally had this company reach out. I'm going to show you this dish on the back of them. This is only an 8-inch wheel. But look at the dish they could come up with. That's only an 8.
Good grief. That's
People's like, well, everybody was asking me, are those 10s? I'm like, they're actually an 8. And they're like, where'd you get the wheels? I said, I ain't telling you, because I didn't want nobody else copying.
Yeah. I feel you on that, man. L Boogie said that's my favorite old school. It has to be bagged though. Hey, that's facts, L Boogie. I forgot that. Got to be bagged. You know what I'm saying? So I pull up to a show, I can sit that joint on the ground.
Well, you know, if I had to pick an old school though, I'll probably be like, it got to be a convertible, a 77 Buick LeSabre. That'd be my that'll be my old school. That's
your old school.
That'll be my joint.
Man, I'll tell you something about them old school cars. Just the room they got them in and the smell. They got, man.
They all smell the same though. That's crazy though, right?
Smell the same, man.
All of them do.
And they ride so good.
Yeah, man. And like you getting an accident in them old schools, man, you might have some scratches on your bumper and this and that. Now, man, they fold up like a soda can right now. You know,
Dude, I wish I wouldn't have sold that Nova, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I was sitting outside here. I posted the car for sale, and as soon as I posted it for sale, I had like probably 30 people blow up on it. So I took it back down. I said, "Man, I ain't gonna sell this car." I took it outside and I started washing it.
Yeah. This
old guy shows up at the house, like pulls in my driveway. I'm like, "Who the heck is this?" When he pulls up, he's like, "Hey, you selling that car?" I was like, "Well, I had it posted, but I took it down." He's like, I'll give you so and so amount of money for it. And I was like, I didn't know if he's being for real or what. He said,
Couldn't
I'll be back
pass it
with
up.
the money. He said, I'll be back in the money with a little bit. I'm like, yeah, okay. He left. Man, he come back probably an hour later, all $100 bills. I was like, I doubled my money on the car, what it cost me to build it, but I still regret selling it.
Wow. But sometimes, man, you know, money talks sometimes. You know what I mean?
Dude, I had a 6.0, built 6.0 sitting in the shop, already done, ready to go in that car too.
Man. I would have sold it too, brother. Don't feel too bad.
You know money talks, man. That's what I tell you. Money
I got a question. I got a question for y'all then. Okay. Say, okay, both of y'all, your dream car, right? What you just told us about, right? So if somebody came with that bag, would you have sold the cars that you love so much? And you got it right now. You got the car. Would you sell it?
Now, what kind of bag we talking about? That's what I need to know first of all. Huh?
If the dude keep going up, you keep turning your head no, he keep going up like that.
Man, geez. You know what? I'm gonna have to say no. I'm gonna have to say no, just due to the fact that when you get something that's your dream, you know what I mean? You just can't treat it like that, because at the end of the day, you may have worked so hard for that dream to obtain the dream, and to just let it go on a whim like that, you know what I mean? Evidently, it really wasn't your dream to start off with.
Right. So. That's correct.
Yeah, man.
Zay asked me what's the fastest I ran my GTR. Well, I'm not leaving on. All right, so the GTR still has stock axles and all that stuff, so I'm literally leaving on idle, no boost at all, and it takes it probably a second for the turbos to instantly spool. So I went 7.0 at 105 in the 8.
Great.
But that was leaving on, which that's incredibly slow for me for what I'm used to.
Yeah.
But, you know, for a full weight car that has just bolt-ons and stuff like that, still on 93, I was actually impressed. The trap speed's what kind of impressed me to do that fast with 93.
Yeah, big facts, man. Salute to Cruising with Chris in the building, man, as well. 5 to the 10 in the building, man. Of course, you got ZTRD in the building, man. Talk Silverback been in here early in the game, the Swerve team. Man, my other half, aka my better half, my couples channel, Jen and Rails, is in the building, man. So salute everybody in the chat.
Salute, man.
L Boogie, I am going to try my hardest to make that happen, man. I'm in the middle of this move, and I'm moving an entirely different state, but I am going to try to make that happen, to be honest with you.
Hey, that would be dope, because
I've had people trying to get me to race him for 5 years. Well, whenever that Demon first came out, I was running 580s in the 8th mile with a stock Gen 1 Coyote. And at that time, I think he was running like 620s or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to race this guy with this stock car. And never could make it happen, man. And people's been trying to push that and push that and push that for a while. And I'm going to try I'm going to tell you, if it don't happen this year, it is happening next year.
He had a great race, Rich, in St. Louis with a guy in a Fox. I believe it was a Fox body Mustang, man, and I think that was one of his best races with, you know, another YouTuber or another racer that come about. You know what I'm saying? Because it was tight, and he got a little he got a little demonology, got squirrely going down there. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he locked in and finished it on up, though, man. So it'd be good to see him against another one.
For me,
you remember that other car that was there that was putting up good numbers, man? And we was like, man, I wish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember that car.
No, bro, I think wasn't that the white caddy?
It was.
Yeah, the white caddy CTSV, man. Yeah. Hey, Boosted know about that CTS.
I do. I had one for a while.
Yeah,
he 2015, right when they come out, we actually traded the first GTR in on it.
Hey, man.
Because at that time we had the first GTR, man, nobody would touch that car. Like
maintenance wise,
GTR tech just to change the oil. And if you change the oil, the warranty's done. So I was like,
crap.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'm gonna find something else.
That GTR was smoking in Dallas. Yeah.
Oh, the one in Dallas. It ended up breaking down though in Dallas. It ended up all I know is got down to the end of the track and you seen the big.
Now, real quick, I'll tell you right now, all GTRs blow that smoke out.
Oh, they do. Oh, okay. I thought he blew up.
All of them do that.
Hey, I thought he blew the car up.
a smaller motor is burning more fuel than like a V8. So if you have huge injectors and it's pushing all this fuel down and it's not burning it off, it's going to blow that black smoke out, just like kind of like what a diesel does.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So they're really, you can ask any GTR, they'll all tell you they all smoke. Even stock, they'll do it.
Gotcha.
Somebody's behind me, I'll blow smoke all over them.
Zay said he was trapping over 140. I think he got a lot higher. No, I think he got higher. He was like 160, I believe.
He was like around 160, like 158, somewhere around there.
Yeah, he was in the, I think he hit 163 was the top, I believe. Something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, I think
we raced 8th mile around here, so a lot of us are hitting 135 to 150 in the 8th.
In the 8th, yeah. In that quarter, you got to be close to tapping that 165, 170. You know what I'm saying, Mark? But like people don't understand how quick it goes by, though. You know what I'm saying? Like when you racing, especially the 8th mile. But you know what I mean? Even a quarter mile is fast.
Yeah. Super fast.
Yes, sir.
I've never raced quarter mile. I've done it on the street, but I've never done it on track.
So you rather race on the street though than the track, actually. Like you really rather the street is really where you want to be at. If you really had to choose, like say like if you was racing somebody head up and it was something on the line in Mexico, you rather take it to the street than the track?
Not necessarily. My car runs way better on the track.
Does it?
Oh yeah.
Well, we taking it to the track then. That's where we gonna go. We're gonna go to the track.
Yeah.
When I say but here's the thing, I can turn it down and tweak it and make it run on the street.
That's how you can have the best of both. Know what you don't when you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So
my guys I run around with, they do both. They do no prep and they do prep. And my buddy Josh Hampton, he's got this nasty 3rd gen Camaro, and he'll run 540s on the street in that 8th.
Good grief.
Now we're talking. When you said that one word, that key word, Camaro.
Yeah.
That's on our location.
Oh, man.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pulling the wheels.
Man, that joint.
And I love that color.
Wheels up, bro. Wheels up.
That car right there is wicked on no prep. Here's another no prep race he's at.
Of course, got the Hoosiers on there.
I rode with him on the street with a no burnout. He did no burnout. He shot 200. He's a nitrous car. He sprayed 200 out of the hole.
Good
that thing's wicked, man. There's a full picture of it.
Yeah, you shooting 200, man.
And then our other buddy, he's Daniel Dennis. He has a convertible Fox body with a Ford motor in it. It's running.
Oh,
it's convertible.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one more question. I'm gonna pass it to my boy Relly Rails over here.
Send it.
So, out of all the Mustangs there is to choose from, which Mustang would you rather have permanently? You can't have no other Mustang but that Mustang. What Mustang would you?
I would take a 69 fastback with a turbo Coyote in it. It had to have a Coyote.
It's a great choice. That's what do you think about? That's a great choice.
That body on that one, bro, is
body.
Just,
man,
classic.
I seen one, but it didn't have a Coyote. It had the old Cobra Jet in it. But dang, he said he won like $200,000 for it.
Jeez,
no thanks.
Good, man. That's crazy, man. Man, I Boosted, bro. I got to give you the honor, not the honorary, but the official. My apologies, the official welcome to Customize Any Ride podcast, bro. I salute you for your service as a fellow vet, man. You know, I retired back in August, so you know I know the journey you took, the things that you went through, and stuff like that. So big time salute to you, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, bro. So you know I've already asked you a lot of questions, kind of indirectly, and piggybacking off Rich and stuff like that, man. But getting to some things that I want to know about now. So back in, I believe it was 2019 when you had the Cadillac, right?
Yeah.
Was it 19 or 20 when you had a Cadillac CTSV?
The CTSV would have been 2019.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I thought. So now, what made you say, you know what? I'm gonna go with Cadillac and get this CTSV and get rid of my GTR.
Well, you gotta think back then, the GTR was not big. They hadn't been out very long, so everything was, and it's still outrageous to build a GTR. I'll be honest with you, it is outrageous to build a GTR. But back then, it was unheard of. Back then, a transmission was $20,000. Who's gonna do that? You go on a track and you launch it and you break the trans. You spending 20 grand on a transmission?
Man, whole car gone.
Whole car gone. I was like, so I talked it over with her. I was like, what's something else you might be interested? Because I actually bought that. We actually got that car for her. That was her first. Yeah, because I had a turbo Mustang, like the one I got now. But we was driving by and I seen this CTSV sitting out there, and it was a 2-door. I'd only seen 4 doors. I said, "Is that a CTSV coupe?" So we pulled in there, and it had the magnetic, or the what do they call it, the tuxedo black, where it's got all the metallic flake in it. Instantly, man. She didn't even drive the car. She just liked the way it looks, and she's like, "Yeah, let's trade." Yeah, we did it. We got it. I put weld wheels on it, did full bolt on, smaller pulley, did a lot of work to it, headers, you name it, and had a good time with it, man. We had fun with it, but then my wife kind of started getting into racing a little bit. You know, those CTSVs are heavy. They're heavy cars. You can do a lot of work to them, but they just, my buddy's got one making 1,000 horsepower, and he runs like 570s.
In a quarter?
In the 8th. We run 8th.
I mean, the 8th. Yeah, that's right.
So a 570s at that power is not that good. Like 570s around here ain't gonna get you nowhere, man.
That's the thing, though. When you deal with those heavy cars like that, though, you know what I mean? You know, you and somebody that got a lighter car can put the same amount of money into y'all cars, and you just, you know, you ain't doing that. Now, I was living in Memphis before I retired, and there was a guy named Mike, and Mike he had a Hellcat Charger. It was gray, and you know, he had, you know, Hellcat graphics on the side, and this guy had some money into this car. Now he let DBR Performance do everything to it.
How you think did mine?
Hey, see, so I know you're running good if you went to DBR. You know,
I know the shop owner. We're like this. I'm in good with him. We'll say that.
So Mike, that was the first time I seen a 4-door car that big lift the front wheels. You know what I'm saying? And like, I just couldn't put it together. Like, of course, 2-door car, I understand, but as heavy as I know those Chargers are, man, that's crazy. So I understand what you're saying. You know what I mean about you know, the CTSV. So with that CTSV you built, where does that line up in your cars? You know what I'm saying, as far as, you know, putting power down and getting down the track.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When that CTSV was stock, and I'm being 100% real with you, man, I'm not even gonna lie to you. My buddy had a full bolt-on manual Coyote car, just like mine, 2011.
Yeah.
He was running his mouth. I'm like, dude, there's no way you're beating me. I got a 6.2 and I got a freaking blower on this car, stock. I'm about to kick your ass, you know, da-da-da. We lined up doing 60 mile an hour. From a 60 kick, bro, he completely walked out of our life like we was sitting still. And I was like, there is no way I spent this much money on this car, traded the GTR, you know what I mean?
GTR, yeah.
And got beat by a bolt-on Mustang. So I took it to actually, at the time, I didn't know DBR then. So you live close to Nashville area?
No, I'm in North Carolina right now or whatnot. I'm in Charlotte.
I'm not going to mention the shop on here, but just because I'm pretty good with DBR. So I didn't, I took it up there and got full bolt-on, did all the works to it, and we raced again. And then it was a different story. We put about 3 cars on him. Well, then he goes out and buys a big 3.6 liter Kenny Bell and throws on his. And once again, he walking right up out of our life again. I said, you know what? This is BS. I said, I'm going to go test drive a Mustang, like the new S550. I'll be honest with you. When I told you my first car was a Mustang Fox body, I hated Ford. I was anti-Ford from the Well, the 94 all the way to 2011. I did not like Ford again until they came out with a Coyote.
Wow.
Did not like them. Dogged them, hated them. I was an LS Mopar guy. I could not stand because I was like, how the heck are they going to make a Mustang with only 225 horsepower?
Exactly.
Junk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My buddy bought a Boss 302 Mustang when I was in the Army. And I was laughing like, you spent all that money on that junk? He's like, dude, come for a ride.
Yeah.
I rode in that car and I was like, that thing's supercharged. He's like, no, it ain't. It's stock. Pop the hood. I'm like, there's no way that's stock. He popped the hood. I was like, oh my God. So then I kind of got turned right back on to the Ford stuff. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say I'm a Ford fan. I'm a Coyote fan. I'm the new 4-valve modular 4-valve fan. I do like the F-250s, though. I do like the F-250s.
Oh, yeah, man. That's on my list, man.
Bro, I've had my 250. That's the longest I've ever owned a vehicle, and I will not get rid of it. I got offered $3,000 more than I paid for this truck 5 years ago, 3 months ago. She came up the dealership I bought it from, like, we'll give you $3,000 more than you paid for. I said, nope.
Oh, bro, they kicking back now. Like my uncle, he's always had the Ford F Series, and now he has the 250 Super Duty. Like I like the setup when you put the lift on it and you get the right wheels on it. And then I was looking at one time, I was like, man, but do I want a dually, man? Like I don't, I'm stuck between that.
Let me show you mine. That's the one.
That's the setup. That's the setup right there. You know what I'm saying? Like
I got to say something to Buried Insanity. I retract what I said. The 03 and 04 Cobra. Oh man, that was
starting. That's why I left it up there. That's why I left it up there.
The 03 and 04 Cobra when it came out was the fastest car on the road in 03 and 04. It beat the Z06, the Ferrari. I was like, okay, that is. My buddy bought one. That was a bad car. Hey, but then they come right back out with a stupid 3-valve in the 05 to 09, and I was just like, messed it up.
Yeah, a buddy of mine, the guy I was telling you about before we came on, with that went and bought a new Charger and took it to get a Whipple put on there. He's also got a Saleen Mustang, right? Ooh. Now, when I seen I've always been Mustang, pish posh, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? But outside of the one from the movie The Menace to Society, because I love the way he had it sitting on the wheels and everything. But
it looked good. Yeah,
it looked good. It looked good. Okay. So when me and my buddy, we used to play basketball on base for the Intramural League.
Oh,
and
wow.
Yeah, and this is when I was stationed in Georgia at the time, and up in Marietta.
Yeah.
And I came outside. We came out after the game. He was like, "Yeah, man, I decided to drive my Mustang today or whatnot." I said, "Man, get that piece of crap out of here." I didn't see it at the time. So, man, he walked around the corner, right? And I just heard something that sounded like I didn't know who was about to go to war or something, man, because it just the sound that it made when he started that car up, man, it was crazy. And he came around the corner, bro, silver joint. I mean, he just had the setup was just amazing. And I'm looking at his car, and then you see that big Saleen on it. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, and this would flip me out even more. When he got out, he pushed the doors up. I said, bro, so you're gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? On top of what you riding in. So that was the only car I've ever physically stood beside while it was running, and I felt like it kind of made my heartbeat change a little bit, like skip a beat a little bit, just because of the reverberation and whatnot, man. So that's when I gained back respect for Ford and what they were doing.
I'm gonna tell you one thing: if Mopar guys ever understood how cheap it is to go fast in a Coyote, they would trade those in yesterday.
Absolutely. Hey, mine gone.
My buddy who built his Charger has got double in his car what I got in mine. He's only making $850.
Wow. And that's the thing, because the Mopar scene, to me, is more of a fad. It's more of a what's popular right now thing. It's not about really building the car, in my opinion. That's because you see them, they don't know when these young kids get these cars, a lot of them are young kids, they get them leaving them stock, do a mid muffler delete, and think they're the fastest thing on the street. Get out there doing all this crazy nonsense that they're doing, you know. But when you look at it, like it costs a lot of money to get them Mopars moving. You know what I mean? So I got to salute Ford, you know, on that side, man, with the Coyote anyway.
Ford has always done good. They don't make a really heavy car. If you, let's be real, to go fast is power to weight. Power to weight ratio is what makes you go fast. Now, I will say this: if you buy you a 2000, I got some friends that have the Gen 3 Mustangs. I'd stay away from them. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Got you.
If you want a Mustang, get a 2015 to a 2017, or get you a 2011 to 2014 with a Gen 2 motor. That's that's what I got. If you do, because let me break it down for you. So, 2011, the Mustang came out, right? They made that body style from 11 to 14. Light cars, they're good for 650 rear wheel horsepower all day long without having to go in the motor. They'll last however long you want it to, right? Gen 2 came out, which was the 2015 to 2017. 900 horsepower without touching anything but oil pump gears. My bad. Gen 3s come out. They were supposed to be even better. And I'm not going to lie, Midnight Performance went 7s with a stock one.
With a stock one?
A stock motor and transmission. Look it up on their thing. And everybody's like, oh, my God, Gen 3's the worst. But now everybody's having problems with them. They got piston slap. They're all the 10-speed transmissions are all grenading, including my buddy Derek. He was a Mopar guy that went to Mustang side, the Coyote side. He bought a 2018 Mustang, put oil pump gears and a blower on it. Didn't do nothing else. Made 850 rear wheel horsepower. Now, how crazy is that?
That's crazy, man.
It lasted and lasted and lasted. But when you start doing digs with these cars, the 10-speed cars, they grenade. They'll last for a little while, but they won't last long. Like I love a 6R80 built for a Mustang or a Turbo 400. My go-to is a Turbo 400 because you ain't gonna break it.
Gotcha.
Mine is 2000.
Like that's great information, man.
Yeah,
man. If you're a Mopar guy and you're wanting to make 850 horsepower by just buying the car, slap a $10,000 blower on it without changing anything else, there you go. You got it.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like L Boogie said, you can buy a Mopar with over 700 horsepower and it takes the fun out of, you know what I mean, really, you know, building a car or something like that, you know what I mean, in my personal experience, man. Now, bro, you have the GTR, which we discussed, like that's like the almost Nissan supercar.
Yeah.
And you have the Mustang now. If money is not an object, okay? Are you going any supercar or are you going Cobra Jet?
Ooh, that's a tough one, man. I don't even, you know what?
Cobra Jet.
Hey, I said money ain't an object, so
right.
I don't like the electric one they came. Well, let me take that back. I like the new electric Cobra Jet came out with 1400 horsepower. Did you see that?
Yeah.
But
I think I seen a news clip on Google.
But at NMRA, it got beat by the gas-powered one.
Okay, so we can say gas-powered Cobra Jet in any supercar.
Oh man, do I get to do whatever I want to the supercar?
You got the money.
Yeah, you got the money. You can do whatever you want.
Bro, I'm gonna be real with you. If I had an unlimited budget, I would have a Lamborghini Huracan or a Venador twin turbo.
Hey. Yeah,
all day long because it's all-wheel drive,
bro.
Yeah,
get that supercar.
Yeah,
but
the
thing about it is, though, you can take this GTR for half of that price. You know, the GTRs are already faster than the Lambos, right out the box. For most of the Lambos, like the Venador is an exception, but
yeah, that's a different
when
story.
you put that extra money in that GTR, dude.
Yeah, but them Lambos look good.
They just look so good, don't they?
Yeah,
I'm the kind of guy, I love speed. Like, I'm a speed guy, but if the car is ugly,
it don't matter.
It don't do nothing. I want that thing looking good. And then everybody like, why you want it looking good? Because if I lose, at least I look good losing.
Look good losing, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, man.
Lambo. You said Lambo lose, but that was that Lambo.
At the end of the day, you going home in a Lambo.
Yeah.
Right.
Bro, like I was watching CJ on 32's video before last, not this last one, but the one before. And him and Stunner Reese went to the Bentley dealership downtown Chicago. And he went there to look at a certain Lamborghini Aventador. You know what I mean? It was white joint. It was clean, don't get me wrong. But then he said that I guess everything wasn't what it was supposed to be when they got there. So they went outside because the dude told him he had they had a special one out there. Man, come out, there's a yellow Lamborghini sitting outside, bro, and it's the Pirelli edition. You know what I mean? So you got like the yellow, but then you got like the red Pirelli stripes on the side of it, and then it got the word Pirelli on the side, and you got the matte black removable top, man, and on the inside it was like Alcantara everywhere on the inside, bro. And I'm looking at this car like, when you get that level, I think that's like where do you go when you say, hey, I'm gonna upgrade from my Aventador? Where do you go?
Right.
All I think you can do is get a newer model. You know what I'm saying? If anything, but if I got the top dog Aventador,
let me tell you guys something. I met this kid. He's 26. I met him at a car show about 6 months ago. Yeah, he's 26. We're all out there. I'm in the GTR. This freaking black, brand new McLaren 720S pulls up, carbon fiber edition, sounding like something you've never heard in your life. I don't know what exhaust he had. You could hear nothing but turbos. We're all looking up here like, oh my God, look at this old rich man about to get out of here. This kid gets out, and he walks over to us, and I'm just looking at him like, you got a McLaren? Wow. He's like, it's all right. He says, it's actually my slowest car. I'm like,
what?
I'm not even going to ask. I said, well, I am going to ask. I said, what's your favorite car? He said, well, I like my twin turbo Viper, probably the best. It's my fastest. He's got 2 Bugattis.
Bruh. You wouldn't have to say no more after that. You know what I mean?
I don't. He told us he had $100 million worth of cars, and I believe it because he came up with a software for something with Tesla.
Oh yeah,
electric companies, and he will not sell it to them, so they pay him yearly. He will not pull out. This has. He's on an Instagram. I'm not going to say it because he'll get mad at me telling his information.
Yeah.
He's buying a new Ferrari every month. He's on this Ferrari kick lately, dude. And
wow,
I don't know what kind of Ferrari this one he just bought was. I ain't never seen that. I'm talking about probably the sexiest car I've seen in a while. All I said was wow. But he said he took both of his Bugattis to a car show. He's like, yeah, I won first place with both of them, took the money and donated it back to some children fund. I was like, you're a good dude.
Right.
Man. So yeah.
Can you imagine being,
bro, that's ridiculous, man. Like, come on, like
I wouldn't even know what to do.
I wouldn't know what to say.
At that age, bro, you really have to have discipline at that age, man.
He showed us this little sticker he has, man. Or it's like a little card. He's #1 online for the new Tesla Roadster. He's the first one gonna have it. The new badass Tesla coming out. #1.
1.9 seconds, 0 to 60. You know what I mean, bro? Hey, I hope you get to see it, bro. Until you take pictures, man.
He will not let anybody do YouTube videos on any of his stuff.
No,
apparently he's like he got made fun of in high school and stuff like that, and now he's like this. Really, he moved all the way to California from Alabama.
Oh wow,
he don't want anybody to know. Like he don't have his Facebook. He just has people that he personally knows. He won't add nobody. Yeah. He's like in college, which I understand, because then you got friends you never had or girls you never,
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely.
But looking at this kid, you would have never thought.
Yeah, that's bananas. Now, like we spoke before. You got the GTR, you got the Mustang. Have those two cars ever lined up before?
My car and the GTR?
Yeah.
would be incredibly embarrassing for the GTR, and I would not do that to that car.
Yeah, just checking. Didn't know if you ever wanted to see.
If everybody wants me to do a video on that, I can possibly set that up.
Hey man, I think that might be something dope because like
my wife can drive the hell out of a car, man. Hey, you can drive the hell out of a car. Did you see my video that hit 115,000 views in like a week?
That's crazy, bro.
She took
bananas.
Her thing, the S5 line at the track, bro. I was in the car with her. She had the air on, and she put like 3 or 4 links on that car.
Hey man, that's amazing right there, man. Big time salute to the wife, man. You know what I'm saying? Getting out there running like that, bro. Because man,
I need to have her drive the GTR.
Man, I think that'd be a dope video. You know what I mean? To put them side by side. And what it does do though, it does give you a gauge on the GTR against something that's really well built. With your Mustang.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like from a roll, the GTRs are a whole different car.
Oh yeah,
they're a whole lot stouter from a roll. From a dig, I don't know why. To me, a lot of people are like, man, they're so fast. It don't have the torque that those V8s put down. It don't. Now they might catch up halfway or something, but man, it's hard to beat a V8.
Oh yeah, man, it's something different, man. Like but I surprised myself though when because I had a Daytona 392. I just recently sold it like a month or so ago, and I sold it because I've got something else on the way. You know what I mean? And I wanted to just do my slingshot thing where I take a step back and then So down in Dallas for the big showdown, I had Zay calling me out for about a couple months prior to and told me he was going to take me to Gapplebee's and all this in a roll race, you know what I mean? And amongst some other people. So we get out there and I'm like, you know what? I've never put that car on the track. So I said, it'll be fun to do it. You know what I mean? So my first race was against Modern Day Muscle. So now I got the 4-door Charger and Modern Day Muscle got the 392 Shaker Challenger. You know what I mean? So we go on a roll and man, we come through there, hit the tree and go, you know what I mean? And I got him on the first one. So I said, okay, all right, Daytona, I see you trying to do a little bit out here. And then we come back around, bro, let's run again. So we came back through again. We hit the tree, boom. I put probably about a half a car in between me and him. Now, he's confused though, because he's like, we got the same motor, essentially the same setup, but he got 4 doors. He was like, why you got 4 doors and I got 2 doors and you beat me? You know what I'm saying? I said, you got to know what the biggest modification to any car is. You know what I'm saying? And that's the driver, man. And then of course Zay wanted to Zay he's like, hey, we gotta get this race in. So now I'm gonna tell you, Zay warned me, right? Zay said, hey bro, I'm gonna get up to 40 quick. I didn't think he was talking about that quick. You know what I'm saying? Like soon as right before we hit the tunnel, I think Zay was at 35, 40 already. You know what I mean? I'm trying to pace because he was the pace car. You know what I mean? Wow. And Zay hit it. Now I'll give Zay, much respect, man, because Zay called any and everybody out. And that TRD Camry is pretty quick. You know what I mean? But I had to, handle business or whatnot. I went 3-0 out there for the big showdown, and I came back and sold it. But dealerships are offering great money on used cars right now. You know what I mean? So it not only made sense for what I got coming, but when I seen what they offered me, it's gonna make sense, man. So with the second half, with the first half of 2021 pretty much, out the window, what's in store for the cars that you can let us know about for the second half of 2021? As far as, are you taking them anywhere, doing anything to them or whatever?
Well, I will say this. The GTR is probably going to go on E85 probably pretty soon. I'm going to say in the next 3 months. I'm moving right now. I just bought this other house, so I can't spend any money. You know how that crap goes. You can't spend any for like 3 months or whatever the hell that is. But I got to move down there, and I'm moving completely different states. I live in Tennessee, the great state of Tennessee. I love it here. But I'm moving down to Alabama, where my wife's from.
Okay.
And she's in them Roll Tide things.
Roll Tide.
but we're moving down there, and once I get settled in, I got quite a bit getting ready to go on my gray car.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
We about to go real fast compared to what we are right now. Like a lot of people like, man, you fast already. Man, I can still lose 400 to 500 pounds out of this car. Every 100 pounds is a tenth of a second.
Bro, real quick, since you said that, I want you to let people know the importance of maximizing by reduction and maximizing the current horsepower you got, because a lot of people go get a car and the first thing they want to do is add horsepower to it. You know what I'm saying? Let them know how important it is to maximize what you got first.
You can get faster. Every 100 horsepower, every 100 pounds is 1/10 of a second. So let's say you're running a 6.5 and whatever setup you got in the 8th mile. You lose 500 pounds out of that car without doing anything else. Theoretically, you're supposed to run a 6.0.
Yeah, bro.
That's a lot. That's massive, bro.
Bro, because you look at what people lose races by in those tight races, and that could make all the difference. So I understood why Demonology went to the carbon fiber doors and why he went to the carbon fiber deck lid. You know what I mean? Because when I talked to him, I was like, hey, bro, you know, I was thinking about doing some things to the 392. What do you suggest I do? And that's the first thing he told me. He said, maximize the horsepower you got. Make sure that you can put down the power that's in the car. You know what I mean? And it take them heavy ass speakers out the trunk. You know what I mean? So that, you know, it's all facts though, man. So
yeah, I still have a stock K member. I still have the factory battery. I have the full radio, factory doors, factory hood. Dude, I can literally lose 500 pounds right now out of my car and gain 0.5 of a second, which is a half second.
That's
but
crazy.
You know what I run right now, which a lot of people don't. I don't tell people the actual time. That would really put me in contender.
Yeah.
With some small tire guys here.
That's what I'm talking about, man. So, hey, brother, I appreciate you giving me the time to ask you some questions, man. It's always a pleasure to talk to a fellow vet with a hobby in common.
Yes,
you know
sir,
what I mean, man. So I'm gonna pass it back to the homie Money Rich, man, so he can wrap up things, man.
Yeah, man. I just want to ask you one question, that we're gonna wrap it up here, man. You know, the electrical car scene is making a big push to push out electric. You know what I'm saying, and trying to get rid of gas powered cars, like we talked about off air.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, bro? Like, how do you feel about this big push of electric cars taking over the gas cars, man?
I'm gonna say this in the most real way I can. I love the idea of electric car. I hate the idea of only electric car. Hate it. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's absurd. The people that's gonna go out of business and stuff, people gonna lose their jobs. I hate it, actually. I don't like it at all. I like hybrid cars. It's half-half.
Yeah.
Right.
For instance, the new F-150 coming out. I don't know if you guys seen that. 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds.
Oh, 4.4. Okay, I thought it was 4.5.
Or is it 4.2?
It's quick though.
They advertise it as 300 charging miles. Come to find out, that's what they quoted towing.
Oh,
it's actually like 500. This is what I liked about it. If you lose power for 4 days, you can plug your truck into your house. And have power for 4 days. That's crazy. But the idea of what I talked about to you earlier, for instance, I work 12 hours today. I'm tired. I get out of the truck. I forget to plug my truck in. I go on to bed. I wake up the next morning. My wife's in labor. Let's just say we wake up, she's in labor. I have 60 miles to E, and the closest charging station is 80 miles. What now?
Yeah.
And on top of that, they're saying the like, how long does it take to charge it? Like 2 hours or something like that?
If you go to the my brother, he has a Tesla Model Y, and he previously had a BMW i8. So he's kind of, you know, been in the electric car. You know, the i8 was hybrid essentially, you know what I mean? But you know, with the supercharging stations, it can go between 20 and 35 minutes charging up. But if you need it to get it now and go somewhere, that's still too long.
This is where it also gets into in a perspective, like a gas station. Sometimes you got to wait in line to get gas.
That's why you got to
put people in front of you. and your wife's in labor, guess what? He's having that baby in the back seat, bro.
Got that right. Now, so what my thing is, I'm with you because I like the fact of having it as an option. But don't tell me I got to get rid of
your V8.
And I got to get one of these. That's where the problem is.
I test drove a Mach-E 2 months ago. Has power. I was kind of impressed with it. No sound whatsoever. Instant. Don't like it. Don't. They could, if you're going to do that, incorporate something when you hit the gas, and it makes that sound like a V8, whatever.
The i8 does that,
and all I hear is, I'm not into it, man. Not into it.
I'll tell you the craziest experience I had at a drag. Two lined up by side, and all I heard was sticky tires. That's it. You don't hear no motor, no anything. And this was in Memphis. There was a red Tesla and a blue Tesla. The red one was gutted out, you know what I mean, everything but what it needed. And when they took off, all you hear is the tires going down the track, man. It was so weird and crazy.
I'm gonna tell you something else. Go on Facebook Marketplace, type in Tesla. All these Tesla owners are selling their cars at 35 to 40,000 miles. All of them. Why?
Yeah.
You're spending all that money on a car, and you're saying it's only the last 35 to 40,000 miles, and they're getting rid of them. That's a red flag to me.
It's a reason, man. But like you spoke, man, that new Ford Lightning coming out, bro. I've been looking at it, man, and I'm like, man, like my dad's, like I said, he's an F-Series guy. You know, my uncle was an F-Series guy, and I told my dad about the Lightning, and like he really, really seriously thinking about it. Because I told him, I said, you know where you had all that engine at? All storage space now.
All storage space. You know I love the idea, but there's too many what ifs for me. So does it come with a warranty? Because you all know as well as I do, these things right here that we call a phone.
Yeah.
After what, 2 or 3 months, what happens to your phone? It don't hold charge as long.
Yeah. That's all the setup too.
So say you're on your way to Florida and you get stuck in a traffic jam. It's 103 degrees outside, and you got your wife and kids in the back, and it's hot as hell. You're on the asphalt. You gonna turn your car off, or you gonna conserve your battery?
I think a good way for them to do it, instead of trying to rule with an iron fist, is to say, hey, for the people that do go electric, we're gonna offer certain incentives, more than just the tax incentive they give you at the end of the year, but a bigger incentive, and let that happen.
I don't know if you guys are fellow car guys with me. You did hear about they're trying to push that RPM Act again.
Yeah.
After it just got kicked out, and now it's back in play. If you have any modification to your car that is not stock, they're trying to say it's going to be illegal. So if you have not went on there and signed that petition, you better do it, because that's all of our passion.
Absolutely. Y'all in the chat, listen.
Look at me when I'm telling you this. Imagine you have a 69 Chevelle, all original. And then this electric crap comes out, and they're going to make you get rid of that 69 Chevelle.
Hey, man.
You're not even going to see old classic muscle cars no more.
Hey, they're going to be like that's going to be like the new drug game. You know what I mean? It's crazy that it's coming to that, man. But hopefully.
Hey, what he just said right here, the Buried Insanity just brought up the greatest. And here's another thing. These batteries, when you tell me everybody in America has a battery, when them batteries go out, where are they putting them? Because with the engine, what do? You melt it down, reuse the metal.
Yep.
What are you gonna do with all that battery acid?
Yeah, man. Big facts, man. Y'all got to really listen. And if you haven't heard of the RPM Act, man, make sure that y'all do your research and do your homework. You know what I'm saying? So you got a homie, Rich.
Man, this was educational, man.
Big time.
This was this is the big one right here, man. Bro, I just want to say, man, thank you, bro, for coming on the show, man.
I had a good time, man.
This is a great experience, man. And some things I knew, a lot of things I learned, man. Like I said, I like having guests come on that I can learn from.
Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely learn from you tonight.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you, any of you guys want to get a Mustang Coyote and you're interested, mate, I can help you any way you want to know. I've been dealing with them since 2011, so I can tell you what power, what mods to get, what not to get. You know, you name it. And you want to go real fast, decently cheap. They're not too bad way to go.
Hey, appreciate that info, brother.
I appreciate it too, but you know, I'm sticking with Chevy. Hey, I love my Camaro.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, hey, watch my channel. Since you like the Camaros, go down and watch that. Did you see the 2000 Camaro I had?
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
the 370 turbo when I did the wheelie to track my wife in the car.
That's bad in a car.
Yeah, I had her in a car when they pulled the wheels about 3 or 4 feet.
Hey, what?
This is awesome.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I like them all. Man, I had a good time, guys. Y'all are great people. And also, I'm going to give you guys a shout out on my channel as well and tell all my buddies go check you guys out.
We appreciate
this channel for you guys. And, had a good time, man.
Hey,
hopefully I can see you guys sometime.
Oh, absolutely, bro. We'll make it happen.
Hopefully we can see each other. Hopefully we can see each other in Memphis, man.
That is my goal. That is my number one goal right now is to get through this move and get down there and make that happen.
Hey, sounds good.
Man. We can link up and network some more. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Heck yeah, man.
Big facts.
You know what, man? This might be the first person I might not say this to.
No, I think this is number 2. Or did you?
I did it anyway.
Yeah.
I did it anyway. Remember at the end, I'll say just that another. I changed my mind again. Thanks for reminding me, brother. Boost 931. You are dismissed. You gotta get off the show. I don't want to hear no more from you, brother. House. No,
I'm gonna bounce.
Nah.
No, I'm just kidding, bro. But appreciate you, man, for being on the show, man. I want to thank everybody in the chat for your support and the devotion to the podcast, man. We appreciate you over here, man. Nothing but love.
Absolutely.
And like I said before, man, we'll keep coming with these bangers.
That's it.
So stay tuned.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? So, man, I say that to say this. Man, this is Customized and Ride, baby. And we out.
Y'all be good.